All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thanks for taking the time to be here with us today. I'm going to start with just a simple question. Do you already have all the passive income you need in your portfolio? If the honest answer is no, then tonight should be worth your time. I'm Mike Rogers. I own Extreme Lead Program and Stop Chasing Now. I've been in the business opportunity and lead gen business space for over 20 years now. So I've seen a lot of programs come and go. And so I'm pretty selective about what I personally get involved with. So tonight, we're not going to be anything about hype or pressure or telling anybody what to do financially. This is strictly going to be an educational walkthrough. You can understand what we're looking at, ask questions, and decide if this is something that makes sense for your situation. So yeah, we was looking at some of the webinar feedback, and people really just kind of want to see the basic stuff. You know, how money can be made, the monthly and passive income side, how the system works, you know, what it takes to get started, and some basic crypto wallet setups and stuff like that. So tonight, that's exactly what we're going to focus on. My partner Joe is going to kind of walk through the platform and the company, why he likes it, and yeah, how the passive side works, the active side works. Show you the dashboard, see some real examples from his own account. And so, yeah, as we go, if you have questions, just type it into the chat with a capital Q in front of it so we can find it easily later on. And so, yeah, with that said, Joel, I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to you. Take a minute to introduce yourself, and show everybody why this is something we're paying attention to.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks, Mike. So my name is Joel Phillips. I am a developer by trade, and I build systems, AI systems, automation, etc. I've been associated with crypto on or off, from mining to purchasing to ICOs, etc., since 2009, pretty much. Back when Bitcoin was around $5. So yeah, and unfortunately, I sold out when it went flat around 1200 and got rid of all of it. So it's not my brightest moment. Anyway, the reason I am involved with this program is I'm a really skeptical person because I know crypto. I know some of the scams and schemes out there. I'm really skeptical when it comes to these. And I mean, Mike, you know as well as I do. I mean, how many people have lost so much money doing these things. So one of the things there are actually several things I look at when I look at something like this. We're looking at a company called Orem. They've been around since 2019. I look at their leadership. So this company has Brian Benson, and a lot of people don't know him, but you can look him up. If you know Binance, this was an ex-managing director of Binance. They went from zero to $1 billion in 6 months, which makes them a unicorn company. And he was a big part of that. So he peeled off to start his own firm because he understood the power of the convergence of AI. He understood the power of convergence of finance, and he understood the power of convergence of crypto, because crypto is a currency. When you look at it, and that's one of the reasons why United States has had such a hard time with it, is because they don't want it to replace the US dollar as currency. They want to be able to regulate and tax it, right? So there's now the Clarity Act, which is in front of Congress, which will actually address some of the shortfalls of the US government's treatment of crypto. Just so everybody knows, you can go look that up on your own. That said, let's see. I like Orem for multiple reasons. One is the leadership. Two is its funding. It trades about 600 million on a regular basis and is worth about 100 million. That means that they have the assets to back going forward. One of the big things I look at scams is they're unilateral. In other words, they have one offer, they do it, they hide it, they don't make it transparent, and then all of a sudden it's a rug pull where that's pulled out from under you. This company has multiple products. I'll show you a couple of them while we're in my dashboard. My dashboard's live. I've been associated with it since March 8th, which that'll be important. I actually started looking at it about a month before that. A buddy of mine in crypto, who's been in crypto, brought it to me and said, you need to take a look at this. So I did. There's two different things that are at force here. One is our current incomes are not, and this, oh, I'm sorry, were you saying
No,
something?
sorry, I had to mute my, go ahead. My apologies.
Oh, Lord. It's called
Yeah.
family. But yeah, so our incomes are not keeping pace with our expenses nowadays. And I live in California, which is super expensive, super high taxes. It's just not cutting it. So, I've had my own company for a while. We do well, but it digs into your spending income, and a lot of people just aren't making it nowadays on what they're earning. Their jobs are not keeping up. How many people can afford to buy a house at today's prices with today's incomes? So that's one thing. The second thing is AI. So AI is kind of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it gives us all of this productivity and all of these things that are now so much faster. On the other hand, it cuts out a lot of the jobs that are easily tackled by AI, and it can do them faster, doesn't require vacations, time off, doesn't get sick. And a lot of companies, they're just strictly bottom line focused, so they will replace employees for AI in a heartbeat. And we're just getting started, unfortunately. I mean, I think Meta just laid off 1,400 people in Washington. That was today. 1,400 people in Washington. That's a lot of people to offset. They did it for AI. So that said, if you don't have passive income, if you don't have a secondary source of income, which is hard to do because you're working a full-time job, that's why passive is so important. If you don't have that, it may get you in the future. And you need to be building your future now so that you're not dependent on somebody else's job for that paycheck or trading your time. Because wealthy people do not trade time for money. They don't. And that's how they have time to do the things like go and sunbathe into Barbados. That's my objective, right? Not there yet.
Not yet, right?
Whatever.
Tell me when you're ready to share your
Now that said, there's passive income, which is that. Now, some companies, one of the things I was looking at with Orem is they offer a very aggressive active income plan as well. And again, I'm going to show you guys my dashboard in just a second, and we'll go through both of those. But one of the things that is crucial is that you have a company that funds that active side or that affiliate side of the platform and is able to do so. When you look at Orem's expenses, they fund out about 40% of what they make on their affiliate program. And that's huge because that means they have plenty of money to pay for their ongoing expenses, but they actually pay out a good chunk to the people who are building the company. And there are some people, and I just don't even want to say the number because it's unbelievable. So if you want to say it, Mike, you can. But there's one person who just, since he's been with the org, now he's been doing this for 25 years. So that said, he's an expert at doing this. He's been with the company since October, and I don't even want to say.
I'll show that a little bit later.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, because it becomes unbelievable, and that's not what we're trying to do. Yeah, right.
We want to be realistic about stuff, but there are some bigger fish out there.
Yeah, I'd say so. But anyway, again, he's been doing it for 25 years, so he's an expert at it. He is not the norm. But it's still impressive. I'm still, yeah. So anyway, is there anything else that I missed, Mike, before I jump into the dashboard?
I think you covered it all. If you want to start sharing your screen, I'll switch us there, and you can dive in and show some folks what you've been doing.
All right, so let's see. Can you see my screen now? Okay, perfect. No, I like that infinity thing. So, all right, so this is my screen. So there are several different components to the screen that you want to take a look at. And this is the dashboard when you log in. This is not one of the ones I barely even look at that. The two things I look at here are XAI bot, which is where I make my daily amount automate in an automated fashion. So like today, I just made 743 on $1,700. To give you a perspective, I started March 8th, which is what, 2.5 months ago. I started at $500 in this account. So I think that that's really good. Now, that is not all interest earned. Here is my interest earned right here. That's still pretty good for 2.5 months because it started at 500. But I got a lot of it from the partner program. And this was one of the things, if you want to participate actively, this will accelerate what you earn. And I'm not a salesperson, but this thing sells itself. So just like we're doing here, we'll help you do that. We're here to help the people. The one thing I do love about this company, it's not one of those selfish things where, oh, I have to protect every person that I bring in or else somebody's going to steal them. It's like, I'm here. This is Mike's thing, right? I'm helping Mike because it helps me. And anybody else that we help, it helps all of us. And so you can see that just, and again, this is pittance compared to the other guy, but whatever is mine. So since I've been with them 2.5 months, they've just given me a bonus for reaching a certain legacy volume level. And that just means what people have deposited in their own account. So it's like, okay, there's nothing to buy. There's no monthly cost. There's none of that stuff to it. But so I've earned they've given me 600 USDT, which anybody who doesn't know, a USDT is roughly equal to $1. My total bonuses earned in that period of time, 1332, which that is all gone into my, because I want to get to a certain level. When I get to a certain level, so this is compounded. That's what makes it so. Like if I put in $2,000 for 1 year and it's compounded, at the end of that year, I'm going to have $9,800. Compounding is the factor there. But what happens, I'm going to a certain level here. And when I get to that level, I'm going to turn off reinvesting. And that just means it goes to my main wallet that I can withdraw every single day. And that's how often you can take it out, is every single day. When you get to a certain point, you can just repay yourself every single day. And there's other parts of the platform that I don't really want to go into right now, but it does everything automatically. If you want to add, like I add my partner income to my main wallet, you just hit transfer, hit max. There's nothing in there right now because I already did it for today. And then you go to XAI bot, you go down here, go to top up, and this that simple. And you just put your partner profits into this. And then when I get to my certain goal, then I'm just going to turn this off and start collecting. What did I miss?
So I think just maybe one quick thing is the partner profits that you earn, you could potentially withdraw those to your external wallet daily if you want.
Oh yeah. Well, you transfer them to your main wallet, and then you can, from your main wallet, you can just withdraw. Let's see, main wallet. So finance, main wallet.
Yeah.
You just withdraw. It's that simple. And I've received out, like I got my $500 bonus. I took that out, and I had no problem with it.
Absolutely. So maybe touch a little bit on the, kind of what it takes to get started if you want. Just for everybody here, there's, you can join this for free right now. Take a look around. You don't have to, invest any money just to look around. But if you want to touch just a little bit on when and if they are ready, and talk about a little bit about the XAI bot, since that's kind of our go-to, just kind of tell them what that would be.
Well, that's the go-to for anybody who's just joining, because that's all automatic. When you get your feet wet, there are other programs in here that you can do. And to join is really simple. We've got a link. Don't use this link. We've got a link that we'll give out It's Mike's link, and you join. The one thing that you'll need to do, and there's a PDF that we have at the end, right, Mike, that
Yeah,
explains
and
how to
I'll send
sign
the
up
link.
and
Yeah,
everything.
we'll give the link out. There's a QR code you can scan. So absolutely. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, now the one thing is because they are working on, they'll have licensing in the US. They're projected to have it 2027. But again, they're waiting for the Clarity Act. You still do have to either use a VPN or you can use something called Tor browser that just gives you direct access. So that is probably the most difficult part of this. Then you use USDT. I prefer USDT, and we can go over some wallet choices here in just a few minutes. I think USDT out of Binance is probably the simplest, but there are other alternatives, and Mike will go through that in just a little bit. Just to give you an idea of what it costs. So, okay, hold on to your seatbelt. It's expensive. You can start with $100. I was being facetious, by the way. Sorry. So, the get your big toe wet. Just start with 100. If you're skeptical, I threw 500 at it, but I'd already done my due diligence on it. And what happens is, as you walk up through each of these stages, your interest rate goes up, and your share that you earn on where is it? I think it's under dashboard. No, under partner. So you get they have gold, like real world assets, RWA. They have XAI profit share, so you earn X percentage on profit share. Nero, you earn X percentage on Nero, which is another product they have. When you get to a certain level, you get paid shareholder bonus, which is actually shareholder bonus in the company itself. So they make it easy to earn money. And see, where was I? I was in XAI bot, and I'll just touch on it really quickly. This is a little bit more do it yourself, but as you get more familiar with it, we'll walk you through this. I also do something called Nero, which I've been associated with. This brand new product. I've been associated with it since May the 7th, and I've already earned 100. I put $1,000 into, or 1,000 USDT. I've already earned 187 in not even, what is that?
20 days.
Not even 20 days. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a screaming product. But that I always recommend start with XAI bot because it's fully automated. When you become familiar, I will absolutely help you. Mike will absolutely help you sign up for other products in here. The one thing that I forgot to mention is that these guys, when you're doing due diligence, if you're associated with a company like MasterCard or Visa, then you're not a fly-by-night company. And these guys issue visas. They have their own bank. They have their own trading exchange. They issue visas that you can spend money directly out of your balance here. So you don't have to move it to an exchange, move it to your wallet, and then spend it. You can spend it directly with this Visa that's good anywhere. And I have it. I have used it, and it works. So, I mean, that's huge in and of itself because none of that is KYC. So take that for what you want. But you can spend the money directly from here on your Visa.
Yeah,
okay, now
absolutely.
I think I'm done.
I think the
anything?
only thing you missed was the $20 per year platform fee. So 100.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
If you,
I forgot.
yeah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, it's basically 100. Do 125 because there's gas to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's $20 a year for the platform fee. Okay, and then the 100 that you put in is your money. You're actually earning interest on that, so it's not their money, but it is tied up. So you need to understand that going in.
It's kind of like one of these, high yield interest accounts, but on steroids. I want to say, basically. Yeah.
Well, when you're looking at this amount per month, I mean, and usually they do better than that. But when you're looking at that amount per month, I mean, that's per month. That's not per
It
year.
is, yeah, absolutely. And
So
so, yeah, so and just to touch, I know you talked about Binance and USDT. I
mhm.
personally liked and used Coinbase with USDC, and I transferred it in here with no fees. So that's
Yeah, that's
huge for
huge.
me. Um, and then so what else? I think that covered pretty much all of that. And then, so yeah, we're going to get into Q&A here in just a few minutes, I guess. One thing I kind of debated on showing this, we have a great Telegram group with,
Grain of salt, right? This guy, again, this guy has been doing it for
yep,
25 years. So he is not the typical results. But I mean, I saw
yeah,
this
me
and
and
I
Joe
was
was
floored.
just both with our, jaws dropped like, what? So, but this to say that the Telegram group is super helpful, lots of helpful people in there. You know,
Oh, and can I say one other thing
yep.
before you show it? If you want to talk to this guy, he is the friendliest guy that you've ever met. He will talk to you and he will let you know anything that you want to know. So I mean, feel free. I mean, once you join, then we'll add you to the Telegram group. You can reach out to him and he will
Yeah.
absolutely have a
Yeah.
conversation with
So,
you.
and then somebody dropped in a real nice, just a 1 minute video that was just, a little motivational. I'm just going to play that while this is on the screen. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put our Telegram links in here. So feel free to join me, join Joel on Telegram. We can get you into the group. Yeah. So, all right, here goes.
I think one of the biggest lies we believe is that if something isn't enormous, if it's not a big, huge move, that it doesn't matter. Well, what if I told you that you can get stuck because you've been ignoring the power of small wins? Think about this for a moment. We all love big moments. We celebrate the promotion, we celebrate the transformation, we celebrate the big launch. But nobody claps when you just made your bed this morning. Nobody posts about it, nobody celebrates it. But hear me, that might be one of the most important things you did in that day. Because small wins are not small, they're foundational. Small wins build confidence. Confidence creates action. Action creates more wins. More wins reinforce confidence. You made your bed, that's a win. You got up when you didn't feel like it, that's a win. You didn't quit today, that's a win. So here's what I want you to do. Start a win list. Every day, write down 3 things. Train your mind to see progress. Start stacking small wins because big breakthroughs are just small wins stacked
Over time. So yeah, that
Yep.
just kind of resonated a little bit, and I thought maybe it'd be kind of cool to show. And of course, the infographic. I'm sure, hopefully, you could read that. 2 insane things. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, I mean, the biggest enemy of everybody, I mean, myself included, and I've had other opportunities. The biggest enemy of that is not doing anything.
yep,
You will never get anywhere not doing
that's right.
anything. So all you can do is mitigate the risk to the best of your
Yeah,
ability and
yep,
then move forward.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
All right, yeah. So we'll appreciate you walking through everything. So real quick,
yeah.
what we're going to do is a little bonus for people that actually join here in the next 24 hours and fund. And if you're interested in the active side of things, we're going to give away a little bonus for those people that do that. So yeah, we're going to give you 100 solo ad clicks to a funnel. What we'll do is we'll help you out. We'll give you our funnel and everything set up, and we'll drive some clicks to that for you to generate some leads. Of course, to be clear, there's no guaranteed signups, no, none of that, no results, no income, but we're just doing something to help people out that are action takers and ready to go. So wanted to throw that out there. So let's see. Let's open it up for Q&A. I seen a couple questions on there. So while I scroll through these and put them up here on the screen, Joel, if anybody else has questions,
Can I add one
yes,
thing to it,
sir. Go
Mike?
ahead.
Yeah. So also too, we understand that when you're getting started, until you become familiar with it, it's not super simple. So for those people who actually are serious about doing this, feel free to bring people to these
Yeah, we'll
webinars.
help you out.
This is not just about
That's right.
Mike and I. It's just not. It's about us as
Yeah,
a
like Joe
team.
said, you do that.
That guy that you saw up on the screen,
Yep.
oh, I'm sorry, but that guy you saw up on the screen, he is able to do that because of the team he put in place.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Perfectly said. All right, so this one here, Lauren, not sure we can help you on that on this webinar. That's kind of outside of this scope.
Well, I mean, we can help you with using AI. That's what
Yeah,
this is.
Shopify.
Let me just say one thing about, and I've been in this space for 30 years. The one thing about e-com, everybody thinks it's simple. I just want to get online and sell stuff. It's not. It takes a lot of money to get some traction, get started. You'll sell to your warm audience, then you've got to start doing marketing. And if marketing is not 25% of your budget minimum, you will get zero traction.
Yeah.
Just take that
That's
for
right.
what.
Absolutely. All right, great question. So yeah, company is Norm. And I answered this in the chat for you, James. It's Aurum, AURUM. Yeah,
Oh.
Joe has it up on.
Yeah, we get everybody who says
yeah.
ORM.
Right.
Aurum.
Yeah. I can see how that when you don't see it, it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got. Okay. Other question here. What is the bot doing trading crypto? Joe,
I didn't show that. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, let me show that real quick. And let me share. So one of the things that really sold me on this company was the fact that, and let's see, can you see my screen?
Yes, I sure can.
Okay, so it's an AI bot. We have 3 years of trading history. I love the transparency because look at this. Okay, so this is my Nero since May 7th. This shows you every single trade that was made. They do what's called micro scalping, and you can see their win rate is 56%, which is huge. Anything over 51%, you're making money, obviously. Since May 7th, and this is why it works, because we can't trade at this level. Humans are incapable of this. They use AI to micro scalp. They've done since 7th of May 28,000 trades. I mean, okay. So they're transparent. You can see trades all the way back for 17 pages. They show you the ones they lost. They show you the ones they won. So I just had to.
Yeah, no, and that just kind of basically reinforces the answer. That is the biggest product, and there's different ones that work a little bit differently. Like the Nero is in a non-custodial wallet that you always have full control of yourself externally, and then XAI bot is an internal wallet there that's more automated. So there's pros and cons there, and different things we can help discuss which one of those are best for you down the road. So this we kind of partially answered, but then I saw a follow up to it a little bit later. Does it require KFC? Am I getting hungry? I don't know. KYC.
That made me hungry. Yeah.
So I'll take this one on the ARM side. No KYC needed. Later, I did see that Anthony also said if you use those platforms, they require KYC. So I believe he's talking about Binance and Coinbase as far as your wallets that you use. So yes, those do. There are other wallets you can use, essentially any wallet, and I know there are lots of wallets out there that don't require KYC, right, Joel? You know a little bit more about that if you want to talk to that more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's other wallets. You can use VPNs. You just have to get to the right wallet. The one thing that concerns me a little bit is if you're trading, you're not trading in the States. So it's okay to buy crypto. It's when you spend it. That's when a KYC event becomes, and I am not a tax attorney. I am not a tax guy at all. I'm not
a lawyer.
Yeah, not a lawyer. Thank you. So, but the thing is they're more concerned with people who are earning crypto and KYC. Orem currently is not licensed in the US, which I personally hope that it takes them 2 to 3 years to get licensed in the US. That's just my personal preference. Not to say that I'm going to avoid paying taxes or whatever, but I have the option to treat my earned income any way that I choose to treat it. So, and the fact that I'm able to spend it via Visa
That's huge.
without KYC, that's a huge thing.
Absolutely.
So, just so everybody understands where that is.
Perfect. So I think we pretty much touched on this. This was kind of a follow-up question of what is the bot doing? I don't think we really need to cover that anymore. Let's see.
I don't understand what it's a finance ecosystem. Let me actually touch on that. That's actually a really good question. So these guys are not building a product. That's one thing that you have to be very careful of in this space is scams are built on a single product that you have zero visibility into. These guys are building an entire ecosystem. Like I said, they've already got an exchange. They have a bank. They have Visa. They have POS products that they're going to be putting out into stores at some point. I don't know exactly when. So they have a full line of financial products that they sell, and that's their business, is creating a finance ecosystem. The one thing that's really important to understand is they're not after money. Yeah, the money is something they need to operate. They're after users. They want as many people as they can get. Right now, they're around 170 to 180,000 users on board Orem. Their goal is 2 million. When they get to 2 million, then they scale back operations from a payout perspective. They scale back anybody who's grandfathered in, and I don't know how they're going to handle this, but I would assume that they would leave anybody who's grandfathered and then change the terms going forward. I don't know. I just know that they're after 2 million users, which they're trying to hit by 2027 to 2028.
Yeah, and we're in a perfect, this
perfect place.
Perfect timing to get in front of those people. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see what Russ says. Oh, okay. No worries, Russ. You can just listen. we're kind of ugly anyway. It's fine. All right. Jason says, can you move crypto from Robinhood to this? Okay, that's good. I had no clue on that one. Yes.
Well, I mean, it's simple. It's simply sending from one address to another address. The only thing you have to be careful of is the network that you send it over. Like if you send USDT from a Tron wallet to a Binance wallet, number one, it's going to warn you, hey, this is not a match, but you can lose your crypto doing that. So just make sure if you're going from a TRC wallet, and we can help you with this. If you're going from a TRC wallet, you need to make sure you're on a TRC network incoming to Orem.
Yeah. After you take a look at everything on the join PDF, Jason, there's a place to book a call with us if you want help walking through it. Me and Joel will walk you through it. We'll make sure you get the right setup and don't lose your crypto. Absolutely. So let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, Anthony. So the Telegram links, they do not link to the groups. They link to us. Send us a message on Telegram. We have to put you in the group. Is that right?
Yeah. Now the one thing that they don't mind if you join the group, but don't join the group unless you're either going to become a member of Orem or you're serious about it. Because,
I think technically you're supposed to be joined under first.
Yeah.
So we'll connect you with that, and you can join for free. You don't have to put any money in first, like I said. So
get familiar with the platform. This is not a high pressure thing. Do it, don't do it.
Yeah,
we find we think it's a really. I don't recommend stuff that I don't do myself. So
yep, absolutely. So are we paid on the trades? Or are they pulling all the money to trade with? Then we get an interest from the money made trading.
Bingo. Yeah. On the latter part.
Yep. And you get, whatever percentage, whatever amount of money you get in there, you get that percentage. Absolutely.
Yeah. And they have certain minimums that they adhere to on a monthly basis. Personally experienced anything. I've always personally experienced everything is greater than what they say, but that's not a promise, neither here nor there. You know, all of this money is subject to, you could lose it all tomorrow. Just going with that attitude.
Yeah,
So
never.
don't, you know, don't use the mortgage to invest.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's crypto. It's risky. You know, don't
Yeah.
risk anything you can't afford to lose. Absolutely. You know, we want to preach safety. You know, I don't want somebody going in there and, like you said, spending their mortgage money and something happens and they're mad at me. You know, I don't want that. I want everybody
Right.
to be happy and win-win-win. So absolutely.
Yeah, and the thing about the trades, you saw the number of trades, 28,000 trades since May the 7th. There is no way any human could do that.
No,
Just
not at
can't
all.
happen.
Yep. All right,
So,
Anthony, we'll see you. There is a link coming up in just a second. Okay, Anthony, he sent me a message on Telegram. Got you. We will set you up. And yeah, so actually, I mean, if there are no other questions, I think we'll, you know, kind of pretty much wrap it up right here. I'm going to go ahead and put the join link
perfect.
stuff on here right now. So yeah, just you can scan this code. You can go to stopchasingnow.com/join. I'll also, let me type that into this chat here as well, real quick. So it's also in the chat. And so yeah, like I said, that'll take you to the PDF. If any of that steps in there, have questions at the top of the PDF, there's a link to book a call with me and Joel, or Joel. We'll walk you through it. Happy to do that. So yeah, and just remember, if you join in fun within the next 24 hours, and if you're interested in the active side, we'll do the bonus stack with some funnel access, the 100 solo ad clicks to the funnel as well to try to help get you going. And you know, again, no financial advice, nothing's guaranteed. Keep that in mind. But go to stopchasingnow.com/join. Go through the PDF, and you know, we look forward to helping you out and add some passive income to your portfolio.
Beautiful.
Yeah, appreciate everybody coming out. Thanks again.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, bye.